Hello my gorgeous Aquarius, my name is Sasha Bonasin and I'm a psychic medium, and this is your weekly horoscope tarot card reading, and it's for you my gorgeous Aquamarini, and it's in between the 13th and the actual 19th of June 2022. So this weekly horoscope tarot card forecast is for you my gorgeous Aquamarini, and it's in between the 13th and the actual 19th of June 2022. The way this week is going to start, it's actually going to surprise you. Something is going to happen like boom boom boom, completely out of the blue, especially when you're going to find yourself on a little bit of crossroads. But these crossroads are going to be good, and they are going to happen only because suddenly out of the blue, Big Mama stepping in and making sure you are aware of something that you weren't aware of before. Okay, sorry, I hope that makes sense. So what is going to happen at the beginning of this week, you are going to have a new interest in things, are completely out of the blue. This is going to come to you, this is going to happen to you, this is going to... Do you see? Can you hear this? Yeah, you see, like, oh my god, it couldn't be like a police siren, like at a different time. I hope you've heard this, because sometimes I can hear it, but people can't hear it. Can you hear it? Da-na-na-na. This is like a sign, my gorgeous Aquamarini, and it is an important week. It doesn't surprise me at all, because this week is starting on the 13th of June and it's going to end on the 19th of June. So the 13th of June, number 13, it's all about transformation, it's all about the surprise, it's all about an important moment which is also going to bring a pretty much a surprising unfoldment into our lives. So this is affecting you, my gorgeous Aquamarini, quite a lot. So the beginning of this week is going to really surprise you how you're gonna feel. You're gonna find yourself on a little crossroads, and then at the same time it's all about the new interest in matters that is really going to surprise you. And this new interest in matters that is really going to surprise you, it's going to help you to overcome so many difficult stages in your life that you have been through lately. And it's also gonna actually bring you just pay attention to the way you're gonna feel, and to the inspiration and the powerful feeling and the powerful energy. You know, your vibration is going to rise at the same time when you feel this new interest in matters. So this in itself, it's going to be a very, very sacred and very important sign, my gorgeous Aquarius. Indeed, that is going to bring you desire, my goodness, determination like you haven't felt in a long time. And this in itself, it's going to bring you strong willpower, and at the same time, you know, it's all about you realizing that you are reaching such an important stage, an important part of your life. On one hand, you know, it's to do with a goal nearly attained, but on another hand, you know, it's to do with an absolutely mind-blowing and intelligent choice which is going to become absolutely obvious here. This is all to do with the desire. You know, you're going to feel, through your own reflection, you're going to feel a very strong desire, but that in itself, it's going to increase your spiritual will. You know, by the same time, you will know that this is going to bring you a resolution to a very, very kind of difficult problem. On another hand, you know, this is all going to actually lead towards the fact that you have to be the one who needs to lead the way. You have to be the one who needs to put the foot down. You have to be the one who needs to talk as much as you possibly can, and you have to be you will need to be the one who is actually going to be pretty much responsible for the direct communication throughout the actual entire week. So just remember that direct communication, and you putting your foot down, and you leading the way, and you lighting your own path is just an absolutely enormous part of everything I've just mentioned so far. So the next step, natural stage of this is going to be the actual opportunity. So it's going to be that desire, determination, and then you will, you know, like you will realize like, oh my god, like, you know, you're going to become aware of the actual some kind of invitation and opportunity that you will know through this situation. It's about to arise, and this is brilliant. It's going to give you enough time to kind of like prepare yourself for this, because it's to do with an advancement in your life, and it's to do with an important approach that you're going to have. At the same time, you know, you're going to find this quite challenging, but then you know, this is something that is most importantly going to make a very, very significant part of your life truth, almost like the very big wish. It's actually going to start becoming true when it comes to you and when it comes to your life, you know, and this is marking the very much so very sacred beginning here, my gorgeous Aquamarinis, with something very special, and it's something that is going to mean to you so much, and something that is going to change your whole life. By the time you get to the mid part of this week, my gorgeous Aquamarini, you know, it's all about, you know, you are gonna really what is actually going to happen, you must kind of like, it's going to be about certain misunderstanding, it's going to happen at around the midweek, and please, you just have to pay attention to this. It's almost like maybe you're going to have a little bit of disagreement with someone, but it's to do with a misunderstanding, so you just need to kind of pay attention to this, what is actually going to happen. So it's to do with a little bit of misunderstanding that you need to pay attention to. You're going to come across someone and you're just going to it's going to be misunderstanding in between you two. So just please remember this. Do not rush with absolutely anything. So the midweek, it's going to bring you a little bit of misunderstanding with someone, and that in itself, it's going to be kind of icky time, especially when it comes to the actual making an impulsive mistake. Do not make an impulsive mistake just because you're going to have a little bit of misunderstanding with someone. If you do have when you do have a bit of a misunderstanding with someone, just remember to ground yourself, to center yourself. This is how you're going to protect yourself, because if you do make this impulsive mistake, basically it's just all about an absolutely useless and pointless sacrifice, okay? So it's about a misunderstanding in between you and someone else, and it's to do with an impulsive mistake that can happen, and that impulsive mistake, it's all about the actual useless and completely pointless sacrifice. So this is what you need to kind of be aware of. So if you're aware of this, and if you kind of have a misunderstanding with someone like at around the midweek, just as I said, try to meditate or ground yourself, and then that way you're going to find this very beneficial, because something is going to come to you, and it's going to be like kind of like in a form of like not to rush with anything, especially when it comes to adjustment, readjustment, or making an absolutely pointless sacrifice. Trust me, it is going to come to you. It's all about grounding your light and letting your soul shine, my gorgeous Aquamarini. But also what you need to remember, to do the right thing for the right reason indeed. When it comes to midweek, you also need to remember that, you are going to come across some kind of like a really much so people who think like you, people who act like you, perhaps like a spiritually minded community, or someone who's like a sharing like so many sacred things with you, how you feel, for example, and that person or this group of people are gonna pretty much so gonna help you so much to understand something that you didn't understand when it comes to comparing things. You will be able to kind of compare something. You're gonna comparing something at around the last part of this week, and because these people came across your life, the spiritually minded people, you are gonna get this brand new essence into your life, which is going to give you clarity that you didn't have. So this is worth to remember as well, because it's going to help you when you will be comparing something and making a really big move at the end of the week, and the fact that these people crossed your path, or this spiritual person crossed your path, you are going to have this necessary clarity that you wouldn't have before, and this is going to help you to shield your energy, but at the same time it's also going to help you to look beneath beneath the surface. It's important. It's going to help you to read in between the lines, okay? This is something that I'm getting excited about. And also the last part of this week, this is brilliant. Resolution of a massive problem, a really big problem that was draining you over the last 3 months very heavily, a really big problem. There is a conclusion to that, okay? And that in itself is bringing you such a wonderful healing, because it's going to be like pretty much so to do with a satisfactory result, but at the same time you will know that the compromise is really, really important, because as soon as you become aware of the compromise, there is something that when you kind of like come across the person who you're going to have a compromise with, there is an inspiration that is going to come out of it. Something, it's just going to come up to you like completely out of the blue, but it can only happen and manifest after that compromise that I've been talking about. And it's going to help you so much in order to kind of deal with the part of your life that made you feel really sad, but purely because you've been in a little bit of trouble when it comes to feeling restrained caused by others, for example. So this is the time of your spiritual release. So of course it's important. It's going to bring you determination, and it's bringing you a very, very powerful initiative towards the end of the week. And the initiative that I'm talking about is just almost immediately going to set you on a deep emotional, within this deep emotional feeling, where you're going to find yourself on a spiritual quest where you will just want more, absolutely more out of life. But it's going to remind you how important it is to have fun in life, how important it is to pay attention to the balance, and how important it is to to bring fun into everyday life. When it comes to your balance, this is necessary, you know, and also you are gonna come across a rather unexpected talent as well when it comes to the end of the week, and see what is going to come out of that unexpected talent. Very, very interesting situation indeed. You will see exactly what I mean, my gorgeous Aquamarini, indeed. Okay, my gorgeous Aquamarini, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light. So I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, psychic medium. Love you. Bye.